I'm here with Tammy Jo Deeren.
Yes.
And Eddie Pepitone. And what they probably don't want me to mention is that here we are again, the Vaudeville Vixens. This is like our reunion, basically, because the three of us haven't been together since, it was the Honolulu Hayride movie. And then right after that, it was the Our Pastor Likes Boys movie. And then the last one, I think, was Don't Look in the Trunk. Isn't that right?
Yeah, but you know what, Laura, and I told you this and I told Tammy this, is that I was getting their grueling shoots.
Yeah, I know.
Even though Honolulu is very nice.
Right.
Unless you encroach on surfers' territory. They're very
So true.
No, the indigenous people there are very rough.
Oh, yeah.
If you encroach on their surf territory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I got beat up. Trying to surf, trying to stay in shape, but our schedule was so grueling. I couldn't do. What was the one lost something in the trunk?
Oh, Don't Look in the Trunk.
Don't Look in the Trunk. I'm sorry, I forgot the title.
It's been a while. It has fucking been a long time. That's why I'm so excited to see you guys.
I was in the trunk for so long.
I know.
That's funny. I thought I was in the trunk that whole time.
That's so, it was so claustrophobic, the whole fucking shoot, that it was like we were all in the trunk.
And I didn't know. I thought it was going to be an extra large steamer trunk, and it was just in an elephant's trunk. And I hated it.
You're thinking of a totally different movie. We were in the back of a trunk of a car.
Oh,
and
that's right.
It was a 1953 Eldorado.
Oh my God.
Anyway, this is crazy.
Anyway.
we should get started. We're so lucky to be here with Eddie Pepitone and Tammy Jo Deeren. And Daniel isn't here because he's in Palm Springs, but I'm sure he'd have something to say about the indigenous people of Hawaii because the love of his life is a surfer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
From Hawaii?
Yeah. From Hawaii, originally, yeah.
Wow. You know what indigenous Hawaiians call white people?
What?
Haole. Have you heard that term?
No.
Haole means without soul. I remember.
Wow, that's
I
so
love their
perfect.
Spam.
What's that?
I love their spam. They eat a lot of spam.
Jeez,
I grew
really?
up on spam.
Well, I
Oh,
forget-
spam. I'm thinking email.
Yeah, me too. I forget which war you were in. World War II?
Yeah.
Because you were a nurse, and then you fought. And that's why you got kind of addicted to spam, let's say, because nobody else really
We ate a
eats that
lot of
anymore.
We grew up on spam. We put it in eggs.
Spam.
Is that the
That's
commercial?
the Python sketch. And if you don't know it, I feel sorry for you, especially as
I feel
someone.
like I got fired off the podcast.
No, we're so lucky to be. Okay, let me just throw this out. Barbie or Mean Girls? Which?
I'm
That's
going to go
easy.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't
No.
even a choice.
No, I didn't see Mean Girls.
I love Barbie.
I liked Barbie a lot.
In fact, I thought it was so pro-woman, I was surprised it got made.
Token.
I didn't love it.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
I mean, I get all the pro woman, all that stuff was great. I just felt like
It was funny.
it was funny. I felt like it was underused, the talent in the movie.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
felt like I wanted more from the people that were in it.
I know what
Oh.
you mean. I know what you mean.
I felt like there was the one section that was like kind of the montage.
Yep.
And that seemed kind of forced. I felt like that had to be a studio note. Oh, and
I saw that part in Rocket Man.
Oh, really?
That montage, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
They had to say,
okay.
and they
yeah.
did that also in the Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm like, oh,
right.
they're just these montages.
You know, you just mentioned two movies that I didn't get through. You know, I streamed them and I left them halfway both.
Oh, that's so funny.
And they weren't bad.
Yeah.
Remember The Secret? Remember that? You could watch the DVD or listen to The Secret.
Yeah, about
I fell
manifesting.
asleep. Yeah, I fell asleep during
Well, you manifested.
both times. I tried.
Oh, it is hard. Yeah, I think I tried listening to that in the car.
I got half The Secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
And you never listened to the other half. That's all right.
It's the same. You got through part of.
I mean, I guess what I was saying too is I like the idea of Barbie more than Mean Girls because I feel like even if it's a wedged in message, I mean, it seems like women are all we have. You know, it's a Tina Fey thing about teenage girls being mean to each other, and I just think that there's enough of that, and you'll find.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then also in the movie Barbie, they gave the teenage girl this phrase, and it's something that I always say which means I'm a teenage girl, I guess. I was like, well, men don't like women don't like women.
Did you read the book Burn It Down?
No.
Oh, you have to. You guys know that book?
I did not read it.
Written by Maureen Ryan, a longtime Hollywood reporter who reports on Hollywood, and it's all.
I
you
will
would
definitely
love it.
read.
All about writers' rooms and the abuse and the.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Burn It Down! I'm surprised you haven't
I will
even
definitely
heard of
read
it.
No. Well, some
He
chick wrote
just
it.
flicked his hair.
I would if I could.
I can't believe you haven't heard of it.
Yes, I would be one of those people who flips their hair.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's why God has kept me like this, bald, overweight. He knows I would be crazy in love with myself. I mean, when we did What's in the Trunk, I was.
Well, I thought it was Don't Look in the Trunk.
Oh, yes.
What's in the Trunk, I think, is a
That was
better
the
title,
sequel.
though. Yeah.
What's in the Trunk was the porn movie I did.
Oh, shit.
That's why you look so familiar.
Well, not by face.
Oh, God, I'll never forget that movie. And, 10 Navy SEALs just descended on me. And I wasn't
In more
ready
ways
for it,
than
quite
one.
frankly.
You were just trying to raise enough money so that your family would have a nice holiday. Like all of us are just out here pimping and whatever we can do.
That's all I wanted was a turkey, for the holidays.
oh,
And I didn't know I was going to pay for it dearly.
Oh, man.
These guys are in good shape, these Navy SEALs.
Oh, my God. Don't make me go into one of my old bits about Christmas, New Year's Eve, and Valentine's Day all in the same like 1 month after another, that chunk of just how awful this is.
Yeah.
This is a shitty time. It's an overly sentimental, shitty time.
It is.
My birthday's in there too.
Oh, my
Is
God.
that
The
right?
8th of January. So it's
Oh.
Christmas, New Year's, my birthday.
Oh, no.
And of course, the third one is the height
I-
of it, the peak. It's my favorite time. I love a birthday.
Yeah. Well, you had a great party. I
Oh,
love
yeah, I
that
forgot.
party that you had.
I did.
You love birthdays?
She had a
I
prom
love
themed
parties.
birthday. Yeah.
You love parties.
Birthday parties. Yeah,
Birthday
themed birthday parties.
But what if,
Themed?
I had a prom. I had 50 at my 50th. I had prom.
and it was packed. What if you weren't popular? Would you think this time of year would still be great? Even
I'm
your
not sure I
birthday?
am popular.
You're incredible. I could barely get into your birthday party, and I was like, "This is like my own prom. Nobody wants me here."
They couldn't find her name on the list.
Oh man,
Well, it is a hard time for a lot of people, but
is.
it brings up so much for.
It is.
it's a grotesquely sentimental bullshit time of year. All
I
of it.
usually go on benders
Yeah.
with marijuana, but I'm being really good this
Oh
year.
yeah.
Benders.
Okay.
What?
I mean, it sounded like you liked it and you were ashamed of it at the same
Oh,
time.
totally. That's my relationship with weed because I oversmoke it when I smoke.
Yeah, you're
I
a binge,
just-
you're a
Smoke it
binge smoker.
alcoholically.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
And what's wrong with that? Nothing.
yeah.
That's the whole thing. There's nothing wrong with it. If
Yeah.
You're the one that says whether it's a problem or not,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
I'm thankful that there isn't a holiday called "What's the Point." Somebody asked me, one of you asked me, "What am I doing for What's the Point?" Or where will I be? Go ahead, ask.
Where will you be for what's the point?
Oh, probably on a bridge by myself.
Okay, look, I read a headline. I
Okay.
have a
Okay.
headline.
Good. Let's go.
Okay, this one is so gross. Doritos unveils a real nacho cheese flavored $65 liquor that smells and tastes just like the real thing.
Oh,
Holy
my
shit.
God.
You know how bad your mouth tastes after eating Doritos?
A little bit.
Add
yeah.
vodka. So gross.
Wow.
There now, but all these things are so niche marketed. Like they spent a lot of money marketing this, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And I'm sure they're going after young men, essentially, right? Who else would drink nacho flavored vodka?
Women that like nacho.
Yeah, that's
Maybe,
true.
but they have to be really young because once you're past a certain age,
I don't know. It sounds disgusting.
I drink a ranch flavored martini though.
You do
I
not.
like the
Do you
ranch.
really?
I like the ranch flavored Doritos. Aren't they called ranch?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but I just lost a little respect.
Oh, that didn't take long with Tammy Joe. Remember when we were stranded after we went from the Honolulu hayride movie? We went right to, I don't know, we were supposed to be in Nevada or some casino, and on the way we drove there.
It was in
And-
Ely.
Yeah. And Tammy Jo said, I think I need to venture out because you guys are just going to bring me down. You're going to be my anchor. And she was right. She was right.
Yeah. Well, show business isn't easy, especially a vaudeville act
I know.
in this day and age now.
I know. We're not appreciated.
When the music hall burned down in Santa Monica, we almost lost our lives. Never mind our careers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't.
I know.
Killing me. Yes.
Boy, I had just learned to dance the boogaloo. I remember. Or bugaloo, whatever you want to call it.
Well,
whatever's PC.
I was a
Boogaloo,
juggalo
bugaloo.
for a while.
Oh, you were a juggalo.
What? That's
I thought it was a gigolo.
no, juggalo is the guy's insane clown posse.
Oh, right.
Has juggalos, I believe.
Oh, I'm talking about the 40s dance, the bugaloo. Okay,
yeah,
forget it.
yeah,
Got a bunch of things we're talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Insane clown posse. I remember I tried to get in because of their health benefits. And they were like, no, I'm sorry.
That's so crazy. Who's more of an insane clown than you? I'd like to know.
Thank you.
What was your clown name?
Bobo.
Bobo.
It was a little too
taken.
run-of-the-mill. What?
It's taken. There's a lot of Bobos.
Yeah.
Let's take this whole thing down even further. I didn't know this. I have to bring this up because I think you're so brilliant, and it's a sad fact. Your mom wasn't around when you were a kid, right?
She was, but she was in and out of institutions. By the way, what a segue from the insane
From Bobo.
clown. Well, I guess it's not bad. Insane clown posse. Yeah, she had. They called it manic depression back then.
yeah.
But it's, I guess, bipolarity. But she had it extreme, like hallucinations.
Oh my God.
So she went in and out of psychiatric wards, and she just really wasn't
Was she on
there
any-
for me. She was incapable.
Did they do electric shock?
Yes. Yes.
That's what
They did electric
Carrie Fisher
shock, which I used to charge my phone, but it still was traumatic.
Well, but was she on any medication?
She had all the ports. You could just.
So much medication. And like old-timey stuff. You guys know lithium?
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
of
yeah.
course.
Really?
Yeah.
They still use it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, lithium, I remember. I think Wellbutrin, I remember. Oh, Thorazine.
Phew.
And check this out. This was maybe...
They gave her that when she came home.
What's that?
They gave her the Thorazine once she was home.
And check this out. This may... I've had a lot of low points in my life, and that's not to brag. I'm sure people out there have too. But I think maybe my lowest was I took one of her Thorazines.
Yeah. Did
And
the
let me
Thorazine
tell you
shuffle.
something.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Dragging your feet.
I was 58. No, I knew that would get a laugh.
2 years ago.
That's because I'm a comic, but I think it was around 26 or something, or 25. I was having an affair with my I was, kind of with my college professor.
Ooh, gosh.
What was his name?
Gus Lobotomovich. We and her were having this affair, and I don't know what happened, but I just took a Thorazine feeling like, oh, maybe this will help.
Oh, yeah.
And the weirdest fucking thing, like I couldn't see for a while.
Whoa.
It blinded me.
Horrible. That is really
It blinded me for a few hours, and I just kind of, but I bounced back to have a nice career.
Yeah. I mean, but that is something, that is some shit, I give some grief to my mother, but I am really close to her. She's my whole act, as a matter of fact.
Is that
mostly.
right?
Well, no, we're really close. I mean,
Yeah, well, I didn't have one, so
yeah,
whatever.
Now it's like a humble brag, isn't it? God damn it, I hate myself.
I'm very close to my mother as well.
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah,
I had
very,
to
very.
just live on my wits. I was a kid who just, I had no mother, so I got love where I could find
What about
it.
your dad?
Yeah, my dad,
Good answer,
he
yeah.
a Sicilian guy. I got some from my grandmother who was so loving, and she knew about the but the Italian, he was crazy, my dad. He just passed away this year.
So sorry.
No, it was good for me. I got a lot of money.
Good. But wait a second. So Eddie, you're an only child too. I'm
No,
guessing.
my sister, who I love, we're very close.
Okay. Well, so she's older or younger?
3 years younger.
Oh God. Okay. So you
Just
guys kind of had each other then, or not really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we were both a little scared. My dad, what I wanted to say is my dad kind of a Sicilian operatic rageaholic a little.
Oh, my God.
Like, so I, no mom, and then like a rageaholic dad.
Oh God, it's so awful.
You know what I mean?
That's why you're so soft-spoken, I think,
Yes.
because your dad was loud and mean.
Yes, except when I go on stage, I
Yes.
scream a lot.
That's right.
And I'm channeling my father, I think, on one level.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Like, are you aware of doing your mom?
I feel like I sound like her a lot.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know what. Like at work, I was feeding the squirrels, and somebody was saying, "Are you gonna?" I said, "Yes, when I'm done feeding the squirrels," and that sounded exactly like my
Yep,
mother.
I have
Like,
that.
And my mom's here, still alive.
Oh my God, me and my wife feed the squirrels constantly from our balcony in North Hollywood. And again, that's not to hurt anybody.
Well, that's okay.
Who knows North Hollywood? And we just, and we're in an apartment complex, again, not to hurt.
Yeah.
And we throw squirrels, and now we've attracted doves.
Oh, how pretty!
It's all pretty, but they're swarming now.
And your
it's-
balcony.
Yes,
So it's like the
they're-
birds.
They
Are they hitting
wait
the
for
glass?
us to get up. Crows, we throw, and it's costing me a lot of money, but I inherited some. So we throw out walnuts.
You
we
heard-
throw out shell peanuts.
You inherited feed, bird seed.
I inherited nuts.
My father was a birder. We inherited so much seed. Back it up, Tom. Yeah, it's going to North Hollywood. The son inherited it.
Oh God Almighty!
So sunflower seeds for the birds.
Yeah.
For the crows,
Yeah.
they like peanuts in the shell. And the squirrels fucking love all of it, but they love walnuts the best.
So I went to Trader Joe's and I bought, Costco, and I bought mixed nuts.
Yeah.
Salted.
In season, they do it.
Salted.
Oh, no. Salted, they're not
That was
supposed
a
to eat.
mistake.
Yeah.
So I for myself. I bought them for
Oh, for
me.
yourself. Okay.
Oh.
And I rinsed them.
That's selfish, but go ahead.
I rinsed them and then I put them out on a tray. I put them in the oven. I baked them and then I put them out to dry. And I left my back door open and
They smell
the squirrel came into my house.
Aw.
Not awe.
What do you
You're
mean?
afraid. That's scary, right?
There's a squirrel in it! Twice he's done it. It's got to be the same squirrel.
Well, why can't you be friends with him?
Why can't you
Well,
feed the squirrel?
I an apology left nuts on the rail of to ours.
Aw.
I didn't want to hurt him. I just have
Has
two
he
dogs.
been coming and
Oh,
getting
right,
the,
'cause that would-
squirrels? Has he been coming and getting the nuts?
On the
We
outside?
ended our relationship shortly after
You
that.
did?
No, I put the nuts, but that's about it.
So you've got a lonely squirrel waiting
He's fine.
outside
He's
saying,
fat.
"Can I have
He's totally
something
fine.
to eat again?"
But that I brought them in my house is
Yeah.
When they come in the house, it is frightening.
well, I have two dogs.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that could be
we
very
have
bad.
one
Yeah.
who is just. She's a little terrier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's
that
15.
was squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
The nuts. I get that you like to feed them, but knowing what they like means that you spend a lot of time doing that.
When we get up, it's hilarious. They're waiting.
Oh, that's
The
sweet.
birds and the squirrels. Oh, wait, the squirrels are on their hind legs when they hear the balcony door
So
open.
you and Karen are both like Snow White. Like you have little flower, like butterflies on your finger.
I'm glad you said it, not me, but yes,
Yeah, I love that.
absolutely.
That's amazing.
But anyway, my mother was institutionalized.
And where were you, where did you grow up? I forgot.
First 9 years of my life were spent in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And then my dad moved us to the quote unquote country, which was Staten Island.
Okay.
Luckily I got out of there when I was about 21, I think, or 20. And I moved to Queens and started the whole Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn living and doing comedy and dropping out of college.
That's
I dropped out of
awesome.
Fordham University.
Oh,
I just couldn't do it.
yeah. And did your dad remarry or?
He did eventually. Yeah. Didn't go well.
For you or for him?
Both.
Mm.
Okay, and we both go, all right.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for
Well,
the...
I don't know. I mean, am I the only comic with a dysfunctional?
Yes.
Imagine if I were like everybody
We've
else.
taken a poll.
It's so hard to even.
It's a
I mean,
study.
it's like being with a rageaholic or somebody like that. You can't say, "Hey, you're overreacting" with to someone, especially not a parent. And also, I feel like in my life, just with dealing with male writers, they're going to get around to whatever they want to say. Like they have an answer for whatever you're going to say, and it doesn't have to. Anything to do with the question. Like,
is that right?
I feel like I'm like in a situation where I'm trying to get out of a ticket talking to one of the showrunners. Like, I might as well be talking to a cop because I'm not going to get anywhere. He's not going to listen to me. I'm going to say it and then.
It's called already thinking. They'll ask, but they already have answers and the agenda.
Really? That makes
They're
total
already
sense.
thinking whatever
Is it to
That
cover
totally makes sense.
themselves? Is it to cover themselves to ask you, like, oh, we've included you?
Oh yeah, maybe so, but you get shut down anyway.
You get shut down, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. I would think working in a writer's room is difficult, and that's why I perform. I worked in a writer's room once on the Norm Macdonald pilot.
Oh God.
For him. But first of all, Comedy Central was paying me next to fucking nothing.
Oh, Comedy Central's terrible. Yeah.
They are the worst. I hear they're just digital now. Is that true?
I have no idea. I heard they were kind of
worse.
I thought they were done.
Yeah, I heard they were going under. Are they done?
Good.
That's what I heard.
Oh, good.
I don't know if that's true.
spit on their
Same
grave.
with the San Diego Laugh Factory. No more. That's what I hear.
Comedy Central.
More.
Oh, who are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, the channel Comedy Central.
Yes.
Oh. But then you said
I was just talking about things that are dying.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you meant. I thought you
What did
thought.
you mean?
I thought that Tammy Jo was thinking that we were talking about a club.
Comedy
but-
clubs. I was talking about Comedy Central. I heard that it was
Yeah.
no
Gone.
longer.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
And I thought Tammy Jo thought it was a club, that we were talking about a club because she immediately afterwards said a club
That's
name.
dying.
And, this is why women can't get along.
Can I
She
tell
did
you?
hear-
I need to revisit the women can't get along thing.
Okay.
Because men help men, and
Yeah.
God love you, but I think I do. Okay, so I'm not hating men, but women I think are really smart, and so they're all constantly trying to figure out their way to the top, not as a group, but their way. And in doing that, they tend to start cannibalizing one another.
Yeah.
And men as a group, they're like, oh, we gotta take care of each other. And they don't care if the other person is not keeping up. They're going to cover for him. And the woman's like, well, we have been held down or whatever it is in different ways that we want to dodge fault or we want to rise to the top because that's how we have been conditioned.
Yeah.
And we can recondition.
Yeah.
But I think because of that, that's what happens. And that's why there's fewer women that do
agree.
stand up.
I agree, and I think that since there aren't that many places for women, really, it's such a narrow, niche or whatever to try and get anywhere that it's a big deal. I was talking about this the other day. When a female director wins an award, and they say this is for women everywhere. And it really isn't. It's just, it's such a niche thing that, it's just not helping other women. But when you go into a public bathroom and a women's room and it smells bad and it's dirty, that's a loss for women everywhere.
Yeah. And very, very funny and very apropos for where you did that.
No, I know. We're going to have to cut that. I still can't get that joke right.
No, you did. You got it.
No.
'Cause you're right. It is a loss for everyone. We can't keep it clean. You get it. But men are dirty, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
men are
it's-
slobs.
I really I butchered that.
Female stand-ups are
What about them?
okay, so Renee Gautier said it's not that we're not funny, it's just we don't fool ourselves like a lot of the guys that aren't great. So there's a big pool of not funny guys that fool themselves.
That's true. They have a lot of male comics have
I'm
this.
right here, guys.
Other than Eddie, a lot of male comics have
Other
this
than
kind of
Eddie.
undeserved confidence.
Yeah, I
doesn't
watched that. And by the way, I think
doesn't
you're
have
being.
confidence.
I think you don't know how much men cannibalize other men as well, and this whole thing that men
Well, I watched Survivor.
will lift other men up is.
I
I don't know about that.
And I've watched women against men teams.
Yeah, but you know what? Too, it's I guess it's kind of like in like TV and movie things specifically where there's like definitely a boys club, you know, and guys will, you know, befriend each other in the workplace, but women don't do that as much, and they really need to. I don't know. And you know what? As I'm talking, he looks at his watch.
I know, because
fucking Eddie Pepitone looks at his watch like, when is this chick going to be done talking? You just did that in front of my face. When a woman is talking, I don't need to listen.
You know, a guy is coming to pick me up, and I'm going to tell him, "Oh my God, you should have heard this shit." Like, the only way I could describe it is blah 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 blah.
Or in Spanish.
Do you agree with this statement that in order to get successful in this business, your success is kind of based on other people's failure in a way? Like other people, like, and you were talking about it, like women cannibalize other women so they can go up. And I just feel like it's like that in this business. Am I wrong about that?
I think there are people that, well, okay, it's changed because now we have all the internet and everything. But prior to that, it was based on the gatekeepers that were, you know, they liked you, everyone's going to like you. They like you, you're going to be on this, and we're going to put you across this, and we're going to force it on them.
There are still gatekeepers, though, aren't there?
Absolutely. But
You know?
there are also these younger generations that are like, look, and they know people that you and I, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know who they are. But they're
Well,
the next generation of famous because they're on TikTok or YouTube or whatever it is. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm watching that stuff, and I'm like...
You are?
Tons of nepotism out here, too. I mean...
That's very true.
Like, a lot of times assistants come in, writer's assistants or whatever, and they'll, you know, they're kind of welcomed in, and that's fine, you know, but or new actors or whatever, and I always want to think, okay, now whose kid are you?
Is that right?
Because
It doesn't
you're
usually...
not funny, you're not smart, whose kid are you?
Is that usually the case?
A lot of times.
I'm Gary Deeran's daughter. It got me nowhere.
Yeah.
Jerry Deering? Was he
Don't
in
know who that is.
Hollywood?
He worked at Northrop.
You should have got...
He worked on the stealth bomber.
Well, my dad was Harold
Catering at
Glazer, and he
Northrop.
hung out with Buddy Hackett in the Bronx.
No.
Apparently, yeah.
What happened?
My dad used to hang out with Buddy Hackett in the. Honest God, that sounds like something I'm just lying
Who's
about.
Buddy Hackett? Just kidding.
Oh, I loved
Listeners-
him.
The listeners will be.
Yeah.
As a kid, I loved Buddy
Yeah, well, they were both
Yeah.
poor in the Bronx, and as the story goes, he told my dad was a lot older than my mother, but he said that when they would go cruising, him and Buddy Hackett,
In the Bronx?
or no, they'd go over the bridge to the city, you know.
Okay.
And Brooklyn Bridge, I guess, or where, I don't know. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they would go. And my thing was, God, okay, my dad was really a tall, unattractive guy. He was blonde, blue-eyed.
Very attractive?
No, unattractive.
Oh, unattractive.
Kind of a
blonde,
gay-
blue-eyed, and ugly.
Yeah. Exactly. It was weird.
And
I mean,
she's gorgeous.
my mom
see
helped
it.
a lot, but it was so crazy. So he was like 6'3" or 4. Buddy Hackett's like, I don't know, 5'5" or something.
Oh, he was an ugly man.
Yeah.
Buddy Hackett.
Yeah, and they would go cruising. And they if they got dates, they'd say they'd have to put out or they'd have to walk back home over the bridge.
Oh.
If they got dates?
If they had dates with them who wouldn't put out, they'd have to walk back home.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
my
bridge.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, so
I'd
that's
fuck
why
for a
I'm
ride.
here.
Oh, cut that out, please.
Yeah, no. I always say, like, gosh,
I've
what
done
would we
it.
do?
I don't want anything cut out.
Uh-oh. I'm all uh-oh.
So do you have to go, Kitten? Should we?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm good for
He
another
20 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh, good. Okay, awesome. So you're just
No,
looking at your watch 'cause you were
25
bored.
minutes.
You were bored with me talking.
Did you see that the Pope is now saying that in the Catholic religion they can bless same-sex marriage, but they're still deemed irregular?
What?
They are? They're deemed irregular?
My favorite part. You read the top of the headline and you're like, "Oh my God, amazing!" And then you're like, "Still deemed irregular." You're like, "Oh, okay."
Irregular.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question about...
The teacher
I'm sorry,
you had
I'm
an affair
not
with?
following up on the Pope thing.
It's
but,
okay. Don't.
But as far as writing comedy for other people, I don't like to do it.
Oh, I
want to
agree.
write for me. I don't want to give away that. What? Tell me about that, because
Well, it's very specific, like whatever the writing
Whatever the
is.
writing.
Yeah, so it isn't like anything that is good enough for my act. So
Right.
it's not like
But
I'm getting paid to just shovel shit with other people
I see.
for the actors to say.
Well, then I have a question
Yeah, go ahead.
regarding that. So if this is just writing for characters within which is different than have you written for other comics?
No, not that. No, and certainly not intentionally.
Oh,
That's so funny.
an angel just got wings.
God Almighty.
Because if you're writing for another comic, then I understand you wouldn't want to give that joke away.
Yeah.
But if you're writing for a character, totally different voice.
Okay.
But you know what? For Brian Kiley and Mike Sweeney and Laurie Kilmartin, they wrote for Conan for many years. So
Mike stopped doing stand up though.
yeah,
I guess because being a head writer, he was the head writer.
yeah.
And that must be a lot of work. Who would want to do stand? I'm amazed at the people who have writing gigs.
Yeah.
And they're pretty demanding, especially a late night show because it's like 5 days
Oh,
a
yeah.
week.
Oh, my God.
And then they're out at night or on the weekends. They're touring. And I'm like, how the fuck?
That's a lot of jokes,
Yeah.
Bob.
It's a lot of jokes, Bob.
Yeah.
By the way, Bob's your uncle is one of my favorite sayings ever. The Brit saying, Bob's your uncle. I don't even know what it means.
I don't
but
know
it's-
either. I think that they say uncle. That has different meaning now.
Well, yeah, because there's a porn channel called Say Uncle.
That figure.
No. Is there?
Yeah. There's
Is it gay porn?
from what I know, it's about gay men with their uncle.
Fantastic. If there's any perversion you can think of, there's a site for it. Like, I only want to
Thank
fuck
God.
people, who have.
Say Uncle, and
Porns.
then, but what does it mean now?
And now it's like calling from another room, uncle, so that your parents know to get your uncle out of the room with you.
It's just so fucked up that incest is a big deal on porn sites.
Oh, I know.
And this uncle
Yeah.
thing is also obviously like it's abuse. It's fucking
And how about that? Just men are like attracted to twins, and
Wait,
that's men are female.
What? Hold on.
Wait, hold
Where
on,
did this?
back up.
Female twins,
back up. Oh, okay. Yeah.
female twins, and that's incest, by the way.
If the women are together.
If
Oh,
the-
yes.
yeah, female twins.
Can I tell you a joke? And I don't know
yeah.
if you guys will be offended by it, but this guy goes into a confessional and he's like, Father, I have to tell you.
The character.
I fucked the McGillicuddy twins.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, the priest was like, all right, you're going to have to do 150 Hail Marys. And he's like, no. I ain't doing any of that shit. And he goes, so why are you telling me? And he goes, I'm telling everybody. Do you like that?
No, I hate it as a matter of fucking fact. I hate
like
it.
those old timey.
I like
That's a Buddy Hackett
That's a
joke,
good
by the
joke.
way. That was Buddy
really.
Hackett.
Oh, I'm sure.
That was a good.
I
that
don't
was
want to
funny.
get
I
into
liked
my.
it.
I don't want to get into my tryst with the Sklar brothers here. But
Listen, I do want to tell you
That's
that
very funny.
gay men will date someone that looks just like them.
oh yeah,
Is that
sure.
right?
That is weird.
Yeah.
I knew
I think
two
so.
men that were like, even their names were very. I can't say it because they're.
Yeah.
That's not
comedy.
cool,
But
if
even
you
their-
ask me.
I don't know. One guy, which you might even know, dated like he's very tall, and then he's got like a mini me.
Oh yeah.
And they're like the same, but one's like 5 foot and one's like 6 foot. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I know about straight guys that do that too. It seems like Dennis Leary has never had a girlfriend that doesn't look exactly like him.
Come on.
I'm 100%.
Is that true?
Yeah, like blonde, space between the teeth, 100%.
Didn't he date Bill Hicks for a bit?
Like this.
No, he
I'm
didn't
kidding
date.
because Hicks, because
That's so
Dead.
awful.
that whole thing about Hicks
I
having his
think
act stolen by Leary.
I think
funny.
that if cancer has anything to do with sorrow or whatever, I think that he
really?
I think that Dennis Leary contributed to Bill
Hicks's-
Hicks's demise.
How
Yeah,
about
because-
Letterman not playing his fucking his stuff on the air? And Letterman then went after Bill Hicks died and apologized to his mother. They do you know that story?
No.
Like Hicks, I guess.
Or
his-
he taped it, but he taped
Yeah, he
Letterman,
taped it.
but they didn't show it.
That's right.
Why?
Because the material, I think it was like about the Pope or church stuff, and CBS, didn't want to do it, and Letterman had to apologize but he felt it was necessary, and that was another contributing factor because, Letterman would have been huge for Hicks.
Yeah.
Apparently
the agent, Bill Hicks's agent, which I think was William Morris, was about to sign Dennis Leary, and he goes, if you signed him, he's like ripped me off like since the start. If you sign him, I'm leaving. So they signed him anyway. So then Bill Hicks left. But also, I think one of the most horrible things was like in London, they were both on a show together, Bill Hicks and Dennis Leary, and Bill Hicks went on after Dennis Leary. And in the London Times, like the next day, they said that Bill Hicks is the poor man's Dennis Leary.
That is unreal.
I know.
That is unreal. He was one of my favorite all-time Hicks.
Yeah, amazing.
You too?
Well,
he was huge in England, by the way.
Yeah.
Way bigger in England than he was
Tina
here.
Turner.
What about Tina Turner?
She was huge in Europe.
Like anybody who's really good is only
I love
going to...
Tina Turner, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't like how you just threw her in.
Tina Turner!
Yeah.
Tina Turner!
Anybody who's really good is not going to be appreciated here. I think that's what
you
we
think
can...
that?
Yeah. You got to go.
That's what I tell my parents.
Yeah. We're too smart to be appreciated here in the United States. That's all there is to it.
After death.
Yeah, there is fucking...
After death.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fucking idiots here. But I learned, though, too, there's a lot of people who like alternative stuff. Mm-hmm. From the mainstream horse shit.
Yeah.
Crowd
Why did you move
worky
to LA?
bullshit. Huh?
Why did you move to LA?
Because I was cast in the movie Old School.
And
with Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, Luke
No, was
Wilson.
that after the Hawaiian? What was that?
Hawaiian hayride, for God's sake. You act like it
Hawaiian
didn't happen.
hayride.
That was after.
Honolulu.
Old School was after.
Do you remember when a piece of hay got in Tammy Joe's eye?
Oh my God.
We couldn't get it out.
I have
That's
permanent
why-
cornea damage.
You had cornea damage.
Permanent.
And that's
Permanent?
Permanent.
All right, you don't
I
have to
think
keep...
I think she's trying to block it out. That's why she keeps calling it something else.
Yeah.
I know. But anyway. But you came out because...
So
were you in the
I got
movie?
cast in that movie, and I had a fun time. They put me up in Venice,
When
Oh.
was that? What
and I
year
was hanging
that?
out with Will Ferrell and Vince Vaughn and all those guys. And what was that?
What year was that?
2000-ish, 2003-ish. I can't remember. I'm a blank after 9/11.
The reason I ask is because of all the shows I produced, there was like a time when all at once you were on the scene and you hadn't been. Like you were just finished something or you just came back or something. And then I was able to access you. I was like,
well, yeah.
and I saw you on Conan
Heckling?
when Lori Kilmartin was on the show. So I was in the green room and you were performing that you were doing something. Yeah.
Cool. I had this long running bit on Conan where I would heckle him from the
Yes.
audience.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, you can see some on YouTube, folks. I also, can I tell you the funny, I think it's such a bizarre Conan story.
Yeah.
I had a fucked up, I was called in a lot for a while on Conan.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a loose tooth in front, really loose. And I was like, and I never turned down a gig.
Mm.
So sure enough, and I'm doing a gig with Conan live.
Oh.
And my tooth went. Oh my God. I mean, this is unfucking believable, and nobody believes this. My tooth went flying out of my mouth, and I saw Conan look at it like for a second, but he didn't stop. He did the sketch, and it was never fucking mentioned. And I surreptitiously picked up the tooth. And I kept doing the sketch, and I did an okay job, but I was so in my head. I was like, oh no, here goes the tooth.
Yeah.
And
Did
it
you
was
keep
live.
And you kept the tooth?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got it.
Around
from,
your neck?
No, the dentist had to do something. It's like if you lose a finger, you have to find that part of the finger.
Oh, God.
And my dentist didn't have spare teeth or whatever. Anyway. Is that a fucked up?
It's incredible. I had a live story like that too. I was auditioning for a late night host thing, and I can't even remember what it was now, which late night host thing it was. But the wardrobe person was coming up. She's taking out my earrings, and I also had like vitamins and stuff in my hands because it was kind of midday. So she took out my earrings. And I was holding my earrings and my pills, and I was about to go on, and I swallowed my earrings because I thought they were my pills.
Oh, shit.
And I could feel the posts go down my throat.
Oh,
and
they weren't hook earrings.
No.
Can you
just
imagine that?
That's even worse, the post.
Yeah, the little
is
posts.
it?
Yeah, the posts. I could feel the posts going down my throat. And I had my vitamins in my hand, so I threw my vitamins down, and I just, went on with the right earrings in because the wardrobe person was on and gave me like better earrings to put on. But it was funny, like I did Uncab the next day with Beth Lapidus, and she goes, what happened to the earrings? And I said, I have people that I can pay to look through my shit for my earrings. I don't know what happened.
That is funny.
Isn't that terrible?
But I'm such a...
The last emperor, you're getting your poop checked daily.
Oh
my God.
No, you just call your assistant. Arnie, I just took a shit.
Yeah,
I felt something too.
I lost my earrings again. Stop swallowing your earrings, you stupid twat.
It's just corn again, Miss Kightlinger.
And it came out on its own personal cob.
Green giant.
God. Now we're in scatological, uncomfortable
But
territory.
by the way, I want to say this, and this kind of hurts. I noticed after that sketch, and I'm pretty sure Conan saw it, I didn't get called in as much.
No.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
No.
Yeah. You don't want to call in a guy who's got teeth popping out of his mouth.
Oh, geez.
That's insane.
But that summarizes my career more or less. It's been a struggle. It's like a boxer. That's why I cry during movies like Cinderella Man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those old
Russell
movies.
Crowe, who I love, no matter how many people he's abused. Russell Crowe plays a boxer, and he just, wins the title against incredible odds. Like one of those type of movies.
Yeah.
Just, I'm a baby in the theater and people are moving away from.
Ah.
I never saw that, but people move away from me in the Burbank theaters.
Oh.
They're just like, come on, Margaret, let's get the fuck away from
no.
this guy.
Rudy, if you haven't seen Rudy,
I haven't seen Rudy. I know that's the ultimate.
chipping away.
Yeah,
The
I'll watch it
respect.
tonight.
You gotta watch that. So
watch it
good.
tonight.
I'm the one. I'm the cry. I watch that stuff and just pour.
Yeah,
I get it.
I think with me it's music. Like,
yeah?
I
love.
I
sad
cried at the
songs.
beginning of the Lion King cartoon.
Oh, musicals.
No, just music. The music in the beginning of The Lion King, I knew somebody was going to die because it was another rehashed Elton John song. And
Was it?
Yeah. I think it was.
And you see the.
He wrote it?
I think so. Yeah.
that it?
Yeah. Or he changed the name once again from Diana to the Lion King is a candle in the wind. I don't know what it was, but it fucking
Diana.
it was Marilyn and then Diana
right.
and then the Lion King. You're a candle in the wind. And anyway,
He was a lion in the wind.
He was a lion, never knowing where to turn when the rain
Don't
came
sing
in.
too much. You're gonna have to pay.
Oh, for fuck's sake! And then,
my God.
Him.
one of my favorite movies is Midnight Cowboy, and I always
I
cry
love that
at
movie.
Harry Nilsson songs, like when the
Same here.
Yeah.
I love. Yeah, the theme song in Midnight Cowboy is one of People Keep Talking About Me, Baby.
Yeah.
Love that song. And I saw a little clip of it yesterday with Dustin Hoffman when the car stops and he goes, I'm walking here.
Yeah.
That was a really good role for Dustin Hoffman.
that was
And
those
now
movies.
John
That
Voight
was
is a
not in the
right-wing
script.
schmuck.
You know that.
Oh.
What?
That wasn't in the script. You know that, right?
It really, it really
It
wasn't.
wasn't.
No,
It really wasn't.
he was improvising that.
Oh, I
He
didn't
did
know that.
they almost get hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. That's awesome.
You like that better now.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you're holding your coffee in your armpit?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have a lot of
I
have a lot of defensive postures.
Is it because it's freezing in here?
No, body language people have a field day with me.
Oh, they do.
Fucking field day.
I'm always stunned at how people can't understand body language, like, or don't read it at all. Like, I could be backing, with one of our neighbors, I could be backing myself right into the house, away from where we're out, talking by the fence. I could be backing myself into, or laying on the, ground, bleeding to death, and they'd still keep talking about whatever. And I just like, what do I need to do? I've backed myself right out into my own house to get away from you.
My wife has no social, she doesn't pick up on the social cues. None.
Oh my God, really?
Who's
I didn't
that?
know that.
My wife.
Nicole?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
And then she gets angry that I've talked so long to the person when I've said, I tried to get you to go.
Oh,
I gave you
I
up.
know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife has that too.
And then
It's
I
like,
finally now go, okay, and I grab her and go, let's time to go.
and then they get do they get really pissed
Then
at
she's
you?
mad. Yeah, she's mad.
Yeah.
I said, you
So
said,
funny.
I backed away. I turned my body, and she just stands there.
That's
from
why
Minneapolis.
I now bring Post-its with me, and I'll just give, let's go.
I remember when I was with a huge celebrity, Jack Black, and I remember we said we'd have a word that means it's time to go.
See, that's pretty good.
And he kept, at some point he forgot, maybe because we were both getting stoned then too. He didn't know what it was, and so finally I just said, all right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah,
He
we
said
should go.
that?
I did.
You did?
Because I kept saying, so yeah, we've got that thing tomorrow. We got to get up pretty early. And I
my
said pretty,
God.
and I think our code was early. Like, we got to get up early tomorrow because we're going to the thing. So I said that, and we talked past it. We got to take someone to the airport. Early, airport. He talked past that, and I said, let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, because then
my God,
that
that's
point
funny.
I didn't care.
And then I always seem like the asshole.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
like you're being
Always.
rude.
And then they
Yeah.
try to protect her from me. And I'm like, no. And she's
I
in
agree.
charge. I can never
I've
say
been
no.
you, yeah.
I
I've been
can't say
you.
no. I'm loud. She's quiet. They think it's.
Exactly. I'm same thing.
I've even had to say, Nicole doesn't need protection, especially not from her wife.
Yeah.
Edward means protector. It means protector.
I love that.
Yeah.
Is this another Tina Turner like?
Segue? No, you
Edward.
said protector.
I know. What's your middle name? David?
How did you know that? Nobody knows that.
Wikipedia knows it.
Aha. There's a host who does her homework.
I've never been on a podcast where anyone has done any homework. Also, I get pissed. Do you get pissed at this? When a host of a comedy show will be like, what do you want me to say about you? And I'm not talking at the Comedy Store. I'm talking about where they know they're going to be the host of a show. Isn't it their job to know a little something?
Okay.
So I always say, I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
Well, I think if my name is pronounced right, I've won.
Here's in defense of that. The reason that I would ask is because there's something you want me to say other than what we already know about you. So, for instance,
I get it.
Tony Rock, what do you want me to say about you? I'm going to say everybody loves Raymond, right? Or I mean, everybody. What is it? Everybody hates Chris. Sorry, got him confused. And he said, "Say Chris, don't." And I'm like, wait, what? And he said, "Do not say Chris, no matter what." And then I went, "Now
Is he a brother of Chris?
Yeah." And in my head, I went, now I'm going to introduce Chris Rock by mistake.
Oh,
So I
my
went-
God.
Oh, I know. I get in my head.
And I
too.
had to Google real quick to find something else. But that's why, because they don't want you to say what you're going to say. Or they
What
have
you think
or you have
they-
something new, or something's
Right.
dropping.
No, you're
or-
right about that.
Yeah, they might not be proud of what you're known for or whatever. Like, I would never put SNL on anything because it was just like a
I
shitty
have
year.
for you.
Yeah, but I mean, that's okay. But I mean,
Did you write on it, or were you a cast member?
I was a cast member, but
Oh, wow. I
not
didn't know
not
that.
full. Whatever they call the
Yeah.
part-time, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. Holy shit!
All I
You've
did
been in
really-
that world. Wow.
it was play Marsha Clark mostly. That's all I did.
I remember
probably saw-
she worked at Lowry's prime rib restaurant. I worked there. It
Yeah.
was my only close.
I ate there, Lowry's. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good food.
As a vegan.
But you're a vegan. How do you find food on the road?
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. And I've snapped. I haven't been vegan, I think, for the last year. And it's not because I don't love animals. And my wife is just a big animal rights activist. And, you know, I pretend that I'm still vegan around her. And then I'll go sneak into my Honda Element. No, I'm serious, and I have
Not to
like
brag.
no, it's a roomy car.
Yeah.
And I'll have some chicken in the car.
I just want you to know that another headline was that they now have in LA a vegan food bank.
Oh, that's pretty great, though, right?
That is pretty
I
great.
mean,
That's progress.
I
That's
always-
progress.
even
Progress.
vegans can be poor now. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Check this out. I always was.
You can't afford lettuce? Jesus Christ. What else? There's nothing to eat. Is there?
You have to eat like 10 times the food.
No.
My wife was ordering. She's a vegetarian, not vegan.
I'm
but
a vegetarian.
She was ordering two entrees. And I'm like, we can't afford it. Pre-eat, so she eats before we leave. I have snacks in the car.
Oh, wow.
Like, I can't afford you to eat all these.
Why did she eat 2 entrees?
She's hungry.
Yeah. And
Yes.
She's
And
not-
that's another thing you
and
do.
skinny.
But I love people who can be vegan. It's just for me, I couldn't,
But there's not a selection either. Like you were saying when you were in Kansas, and
Yeah, they were like, no,
God, how hard do I have to set up this fucking joke for you? You were in Kansas, and you said to me, you fucking said to me
What did I say?
that you asked the kids, where can I get something vegan or vegetarian to eat?
And what did they say? I forgot already.
You say the joke. Well, tell me about when you were
I'm sorry. I have smoked a lot of marijuana because I wasn't
Today.
loved. Marijuana has been a
You
big
said
substitute
that the
for
only
love.
place you could get a salad was Wendy.
Oh no!
Thank you.
The producer.
Thank you. That was Garrett who said that.
No wonder I didn't remember.
Now, you have just made me feel badly about my memory.
I mean, I can't feel
This,
any
I was
worse
gaslit.
when the
just
guest
now.
is looking at his watch.
I know. How many times you're gonna look?
Oh,
he's not
I
gonna-
have to.
Is this-
I have to.
is
I'm
this-
getting
is this-
picked up
oh,
in
for fuck's
6 minutes.
He's
6
not,
minutes.
he's not wearing a watch. He just keeps looking at his watch.
What about pescatarian? I don't think
That would
fish
be.
are. I don't think
like
fish
fish are.
feel too, but I mean,
Cucumbers even feel the bruising.
what's that?
I'm not kidding.
Tammy
Cucumbers,
Joe.
what?
Feel the bruising.
No. I'm gonna
kidding.
say no. What do they do
I'm
about
gonna
it?
say no.
What do they
What
do
I'm-
about it? What do cucumbers do to let you know? Do they cry?
I don't know. I just
You know what I'm afraid
just
of?
reporting the truth.
You see, when she says stuff like this, what I'm afraid of, this GMO vegetable stuff,
Yeah.
The modified stuff. What if they modify and all of this, the carrots, let's say there's a rogue carrot.
Oh, yeah.
I picture like, a bunch of carrots coming to my door, raping my family.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Why do you go to rape with that?
Look how his fantasy
What about
turns
killing-
into fear-based. It's interesting. It's
I-
not like a
because
positive
rape,
thing.
I
The
go-
carrots come up and they do all this wonderful stuff for humanity. No, they rape his family.
Yeah.
Because they're rogue.
Okay.
They're rogue. That's the joke
I'm the-
here.
I'm the
Come
kind
on,
of
guys.
I'm the kind of person
Tammy Joe, you take this one.
I'm the kind of person that would be all for great. They can create meat,
Yeah. Impossible
and
meat,
then
Beyond Burger.
No, actual meat. They can create it.
Oh, really?
Without
Yes.
hearts and brains and
Yes.
Cloning now?
Yeah.
And now and I cannot think about eating it. I want to throw up. But
But
I really
why?
want to. It makes me I can't explain.
and they create people without brains and hearts.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Why
they can
can't-
create the meat and I'm like all for it. And then as soon
Boy,
as
I gotta
think
tell
about
you, this
eating it-
podcast has really spun off the rails. I mean,
Yeah, it has.
Honolulu hayride to this kind of,
Maybe this is why we didn't
intense
make it.
animal rights.
I know,
conversation.
maybe it's wrong.
I'm sorry about carrot rape, but that is where
Wow.
I went to with the joke
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
that's the next
because
movie.
rape is the most heinous
I blame
Carrot rape.
I blame the road on that. What the road has done to you. I can't help it. I blame the road.
Hey guys,
Oh,
I
son
have,
of a
I have
bitch.
to go.
Oh, you do? I love you. So where can our followers,
Well,
can't even say followers, where can our
followers.
followers see you next?
Followers.
They should go to eddiepepitone.com. And that's my, umbrella thing where you could see where I'm touring. I'm going to start touring again in February. And my podcast is called Apocalypse Soon.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because I really believe we are not going to last that long.
Oh, yeah.
So Apocalypse soon, EddiePepitone.com. You'll see my tour dates. And my specials are In Ruins and what's the other
At
one?
Gotham?
For the Masses.
Right?
What?
In Ruins was at Gotham, right? Wikipedia.
And Tammy Joe, I want to know what Tammy Joe is a comic and also an amazing producer, and it deals with all kinds of shit all the time with comics and everything. Tammy Joe, what's going on with you now?
January 3rd at the Improv. That's the next going on. We're kind of shut down a little bit
fantastic.
for the holidays.
Okay.
Yeah. January
That's a
3rd.
tough date because everybody's partied out.
Thanks for telling the people.
Yeah, so don't
But
go.
they should go.
Yeah.
It's
They
a
should
perfect
go.
date
Make
because they've slept after New
Yeah.
Year's and they're ready to go
And it's
see
like
some
it's
comedy.
it's like a
Just
party
be
extension.
prepared.
How about a party extension?
like I
Like keep the party going into the new year.
I
Yeah,
love
but you
this
don't want those
naysayer.
people at a show. The people who've been up for 8 days.
We don't want the listeners. We don't want the listeners to go to that show.
Oh my
sorry.
God. You guys are the best. I love you. And I, for one, won't ever forget us as the Vaudeville Vixens. We did it.
In the trunk is my favorite.
And we're still going. We're still going.
Don't look
That's
in the
main
trunk.
thing.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, Monty.
Oh, Monty.
Oh, that was funny.
All right.